our group will present two women's rights activists who broke the barriers of wearing hijabs. The first is the background of the women's rights movement, followed by Marsha Linazad, and lastly Vida Mobahed. First, I will talk about the background of the women's rights movement. Iran's gender discrimination is so severe that it forces not only its citizens, but also foreigners, minorities, and other religious women to wear hijab and other Islamic clothing. On SNS, women are only allowed to post photos of hijab and are punished if they upload photos that are not used. Iranian human rights violations against women was serious. When women put on makeup, they cracked down on women because they put on heavy makeup, and just because their clothes were wrong, and if the problem is big, they even slap them on the spot, they bury them in the ground and throw stones until they die. Iran did not have to wear hijabs before the Iranian Revolution. But everything changed with the collapse of the Pahlavi dynasty and the rise of Khomeini in power. What these women want is not to ban them from wearing headscarves like hijab, but to give women freedom to choose whether to wear them. Next, I will talk about Vida Mobahed. Mobahed took off a white hijab and waved it on a stick on the sidewalk on Engelab Street, Tehran's main street, in December 27, 2017, becoming a symbol of the anti-hijab movement. When his photo, nicknamed the Girl of Engelab, became known through the internet, campaigns followed him across Iran to hang hijabs on sticks and shake them. She detained and then released a few weeks later, and had become an iconic symbol. In the weeks since Ms. Mubahed's peaceful protest of the compulsory hijab, long one of the most visible symbols of the Islamic Republic, dozens of women, and even some men, throughout Iran have followed her lead. So far, at least 29 women in cities throughout the country have been arrested. Lastly, I will talk about Masih Alinejad. Iranian journalist Masih Alinejad posted photos, without hijab on his Facebook page called My Secret Freedom. The hijab burning movement was supported by many women, starting with Alinejad. Last year she launched the White Wednesday movement, which asked her to wear a white scarf on Wednesday, as a resistance to the mandatory wearing of hijabs. This movement in Alinejad carried out a hijab struggle not only to hijab, but also to allow women to have their own bodies at will. We're not fighting over a piece of clothing. Alinejad said. We are fighting for our dignity. Marsha Linajad and Vida Mobahed are one of the most brave women who worked for the human right. Thanks to this opportunity, I wanted to show the two figures who sacrificed and bravely fought against Iran in the hijab movement. Thank you for your attention.